Hello, everyone, and welcome to Esoteric Ebb. Perhaps for the last time, I don't know. 5 hours talking to Ruth, then emerge. Ruth? Then emerge and the election will already be over. Honestly, fair. I hope we make it for the election. I have to cast my vote for the agrarians, god damn it. Last time, we confronted Lord Gorm, the paladin of Earth inside the Pillar of Yore. And we talked him down. We his plan to kill some number, I don't remember the exact number, like 40 true followers of Earth, to bring Earth back in a reincarnation. Oh, god damn it, buddy. We told him that was psychotic, so he set himself on fire and died. We then briefly spoke with Earth, and are going to continue that conversation, but we had long since run up against time the time before. Sir? Criminal scum. Anyway. That's where we're at. Heading over to the game cam. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well on this Wednesday afternoon. Oh no, there's no slander. He is a base criminal. But we love him all the same. Stop getting on my desk. There's nothing for you there. An adorable criminal. All right, but let's head on back in. Inside the pillar. We met up with Snell and the Flame Tongue. Oh, I never looked at the Caretaker either, I believe. A cursed great axe, only capable of being wielded by truly lawful evil creatures. Oh, but first... Hi. Unfortunately, that's not where the redemptions go. They don't go on my desk. They go over here. Hello, buddy. These are from Annie Danny. Yeah, hi. Are we gonna do crime hands again? Let's see. Yep. Nice job. Nice job, Chief. Buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Your reward for being everywhere. Did you knock one down here and, like, lose it? Was that the issue? Well, you'll find it or you won't. Anyway. Boop. There we go. A cursed great axe, only capable of being wielded by truly lawful evil creatures. Sad to say you're not there yet, but you can carry it around. Gives us a fuck ton of stats. Oh, he found it. There it is. The Flame Tongue. These legendary blades were forged during the Gate War. Many have been lost through the eras, many have tried to replicate their power, yet this weapon remains beyond the grasp of even the greatest artificers of the modern age. This one belongs to Norvik, but for now, You may wield it as your own. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, it's apparently 69:15 according to the clock that's beneath me. Oh. The King in Yellow tarot deck. I assume this is what you're talking about, or are you talking about the panorama of Final Fantasy IX Magic the Gathering cards? I have many cards. But yeah, the one that's a template. Yeah. Those were a gift from Ashaloten. If you've seen them around in chat before. I think a Christmas ago. When the Final Fantasy shit was at its peak in the magic space. All right. Anyway, let's chat with our boy Earth in the pillar. The timid man greets you with a lowered head. Hello. Look around. Atir's many eyes appear to be spinning quite fast. Snell shrugs in your direction. Is it safe now? Is safe now? No, not safe, still in void. Meek turns back into a scarf. Hey. He meets your gaze. This road has been terrible. All due to my negligence. It is not his fault. He did his best. Huh? Why is he talking like he's the one who... Who are you really, Newt? You know this guy? He wipes some dust off his apron. I ran into him before. He's a cobbler. Right. A cobbler. I'm sure there's lots of shoe emergencies out here. He shakes his head. I'm afraid there is no good way to put this. But I shall make it clear for you. I swear on it. Well, you better explain it quickly. Not sure any of us should stay in this spooky hellscape any longer than we have to. You are very correct, Snell, he says with a smile. This place is bad for a man. Brings him to face both his heart and even fouler things. Then he looks over to Atir. You seem to handle it just as well as expected. She looks at him in silence. The goblin looks back and forth between them both. Okay, I'm getting freaked out now. Is this? It can't be. By the gods and all that is holy. My lord. I am Nut, son of Tok. That is all I am here now. I was born in Dejvik midst the early days of the First Coast War. Its chaos brought death upon my kinsmen. Due to fate or some other cause, I was granted audience with a higher power. An audience which left me with a channel of strings. All I knew at the time was the inescapable risk of staying in those lands. Pushed to action by my brother Toll, together we rallied as many longships as we could. Our savior. We saved 50,404 people, approximately a quarter of the villages. As we left in search of a new land, those people began to look to me and my newfound divine strength for more than guidance. They gave me a name from the old world sagas, one steeped in bygone mythology. My lord, look upon your god. They called me Earth, Hammer of Fate. Kneel. That can't. The goblin mutters. How? I would also like to ask, why are you here? He lowers his head once more. My existence is fleeting. Stuck between material and beyond. I'd like to repeat Atir's question. Why? I shall provide whatever clarity I can. God is a boomer with a shoe. He's an old Viking boomer with a shoe. You see, I died like any old man should, just a few decades later than usual. But I linger on, guarding this gate. For whom? For what purpose? Who knows? The old man laughs. It's a bit silly, really. Toll would have loved to see it. This is insane. I don't disagree. That was my initial reaction to the first few years in this place. I assure you, I, too, have many questions. Your goblin companion clearly wants to ask something as well. He is waiting his turn. Ask what you wish. I know you have questions. You have everything to ask. And nothing. Nothing at all. Earth wants to talk. Talk out of shame and blood, heart and mind. Well, since there's no rush. Toll, your brother. Yes, the old fool. Earth speaks with a sad smile. Haven't seen him pass through here. He must have died years ago midst his epic final adventure. But who knows? Time moves differently inland. Maybe he still walks the endless wastes as we speak, looking for yours key. A key? Yours what? Toll. Right, like Tollstead, Toll Square. I heard he was a real adventurer. He was. Snow? He was. Your god looks out into the void. Toll always wanted to travel, to understand to sail and wander. He received his circumnavigation blessing not long after we founded Norvik. Yet he could never reach yours point. After a lifetime of adventure, he still wanted to know. That is why he set off. Toll's leaving. The national holiday. Toll's leaving, a Norvikian holiday, to honor Earth's brother Toll as he left to explore the wastes, usually celebrated with honey cakes and pearl wine. My brother figured the secret to yore would be unlocked in the wastes. Once he crossed Really Cold Valley, which I later renamed Toll's Pass, my sendings stopped reaching him. The last thing he told me in that final message was, "Fear not, brother. I always find my way home." Thus, I hold out and hope. Can you see Norvik from here? Somewhat, yes. I have the ability to cast minor magic here, including a soft scrying. It feels a bit tragic, of course, to be unable to interfere, yet able to watch, as you can imagine. Lean over to Snell and whisper, "He's been watching us." He leans back. "I'm sure you're the main spectacle." Your god squats down, placing his palm towards the tower of light before him. More things should be celebrated with Honeycake Scoop. I fully agree with you. And Really Cold Valley, I think that's a great name, actually. It tells you exactly what it is. It's a valley, and it's fucking cold. The closer to the pillar, the more I can see, like your adventure into the city below, or your encounter with Gorgalash. You knew that troll. I did. I fought him, you know, all those years ago. Every time he would flee, regroup, and try something new. A smart one, that Gorgalash. A tough leader. He seemed to really hate you. Or maybe it's a misnomer for a nearby volcano. I suppose that's true. It could be. I don't blame him. Your god looks away for a few seconds as if using the void to take in your words. I destroyed his tribe, Ron. His kingdom. His people. Took it from him without any kind of fair fight. I struck for my own need, and I was well rewarded. Perhaps it is a pity I did not follow through instead of leaving him to the life of an undercoast vagabond. Part of me feels I knew him well. We dueled many times. Another part of me wonders if I should have taken the risk of diplomacy. At a certain point, it wasn't that far off from a 50-50. 50-50! Would you have taken that? Attempted peace with the trolls? Or would you have followed through, pity be damned? Never. If the odds are good enough, sure. Diplomacy requires trust. How could I trust a troll? My brother and I thought the same. A deep sigh leaves him. I do not believe in a clear answer, not anymore. But I chose my path. He glances at Snell, who still looks stunned at watching you interact with your actual god. I actually have so many questions. You see Snell shift his shirt around. I have a few questions of my own. You go first. We have time. Your god aims a pair of finger guns at you. Shoot. Ask him. Ask him about every possible conflicted force in the known universe. Ask about nationalism and fascism. Is nationalism fascism? No. I do not believe it is. A clear answer. Why? Fascism and nationalism are overlapping ideologies. One is the fairly new idea of a united nation state, whether by culture or folk type or anything else. The other is... He squints. Fascism is really bad. That seems a bit moralistic. I was often called a fascist. As are you. But when I read those books from reads, I never particularly identified with it. They seemed to hate liberal ideas, while I was always quite fond of egalitarian pursuits. In my dictatorship, I took many cues from Asgal himself. Hell, Gar's Rubrin was my brother. He taught me wisdoms beyond my years. And then there's the fetishization of violence. Makes me think of an angry young man, left powerless, someone neglected by his village. Obviously, he would lash out. Fascism seems to me as nothing but a response to that powerlessness, especially one grown in the wake of the First Coast War. If anything, it taught me not to take it lightly, to make sure each new generation of men in Norvik were given exactly what they needed. Discipline, challenge, and a god who does not conflate strength with violence. Truth. That's a lot of words to say you don't want to be called a fascist. He looks up at you abruptly. Yes, well. His head tilts back down. How is strength not violence? I wonder. True strength is, in my mind, your capacity for enacting violence measured against your ability to never have to. In a sense, this applies less to violence and more to any form of competency. You heard it here first. Fascism is for lonely, pathetic men. True. True, though. Stop it. Stop it. Just sit. Just sit. You'll get rewarded. They love you here. Just sit. Stop stepping on my desk. Oh, good point, Bridge. Good point. Done. In a sense, this applies less to violence and more to any form of competency. A real man makes the best of himself, no matter what that looks like. He does it for himself and for the benefit of his tribe. Does that make sense? Your God just asked you a question. I don't know. I don't think I know anything anymore. Those words carry wisdom beyond most, Ron. You wield magic beyond compare. How long does it take the average wizard to memorize a new spell? Just copying it into his spell book. A wry smile on his face. Hours for new spell. And you do it in seconds. That is no trick, nor is it only talent. Perhaps you have a knack for the esoteric. I won't argue against that. Oh, last stream we talked Lord Gorm into killing himself. And he did. Oops. Perhaps you have a knack for the esoteric. I won't argue against that. But I think about those sleepless nights. Those years you prayed and studied and read. Yeah, we succeeded a strength check basically to tell him, are you that much of a little bitch that you're gonna foist all your problems onto your god? Did he teach you to have him fight your battles? And he was like, oh, fuck. Shit. And then he ended up stabbing himself. But think about those sleepless nights. Those years you prayed and studied and read. Did you actually understand any of it? It didn't matter if you didn't get it the same way some of the others did. He smiles. This is what you are now. This is your calling. This is exactly where your people need you. Why would they need you? I know it feels like you say the wrong thing every time. But he glances over to Atir. My father, a man of many idioms, once told me, you don't have to be anything but the best of you. The rest, the village takes care of that. That's communism, brother! From each according to his means, to each according to his needs. He must have gotten that from a book. What does the red eye mean? You mean the symbol we used? That was adopted from existing symbolism. Ah, yes, that makes sense. I see. Nope. I see. You would be one to figure that out. I never meant to build a religion, you see. But when we'd conquered a city full of ruins with that red eye all over the place, I think it was Og who came up to me with the idea to call it Earth's Red Eye. Turns out it was an albino lion warlord who held the ruins sometimes before the trolls took over. A one-eyed albino. One red eye. The old man points at his own very much dark eyes and laughs. Worked out fine enough. Allowed us to spend more time on public works rather than shrines. Are you really a god? He shrugs. I had the same power as all those big shots in the divine era. Make a god of me or not. It is a banner I've carried for the sake of unity. If that banner ever grows useless, burn it. Let something new rise from the ashes. Humility is the sign of a real man. Divinity or no. Remnant. I pray to you. Yes, you do. I cannot always hear it clearly. It's a lot. But I hear yours. That, I promise. Your heart feels warm. How do you grant us clerics magic from here? As you've been taught, I channel the divine through strings. Subconsciously, though, or maybe more like instinct. I'm an old hand at this by now. Might be a reason why I won't be allowed to move on, that I'm still needed to keep the channeling going. Which makes me think of all the other dead gods out there still connecting those thousands upon thousands of clerics into their sources beyond. That's crazy. Agreed. I am happy to fulfill my duty here. Keeps me sane. But I wonder if the Mender feels the same, or if Lady Fair holds down the fort in some other tunnel. I wish I knew more. Once I am forgotten, maybe I will get to see through this gate. To go wherever souls go once they pass. Through the gate. It must lead to the source. To the gods truly beyond. I think I need to ask something even more important. Yes, I know you do. You want to ask something, Atir? No, but I have something to say. I understand. She grips the pommel of her sword. Speak your minds firstly, I will bide my time. As I have for many years. She is angry. You have something to ask? Turn to Snell. Of course. It's a god. But there's no rush. You should ask about Gorm first. And I'm thinking of how to formulate this question I got. Take your time. Earth, who are you voting for? Goblin genocide. It is on his mind. I need to ask you about Lord Gorm. He takes a few steps forward. An imposing figure. An imposing figure. Earth. He's just an old man. But despite that, you see he's also strong as hell. Gorm. His eyes focus on the ground where he stood. A man of principle, of bright mind and whole heart. I loved him like a son. His face contorts into a deep frown. It broke my heart when I saw him descend in such a way. Stare at your god. I cannot say where his mind was, but I know his heart was placed exactly where I had taught him. Selflessly, he would give himself to any cause. Unfortunately, he proved my teachings terribly wrong. The question remains, why did he not speak with his disciple? Why didn't he did not know you were present? He did not. I could not stop this channeled magic to my clerics and my paladin no matter what. I cannot even destroy myself. For whatever reason, my soul here is muffled. I could not communicate with him or anyone else on the material plane. Why would he lie? He's got nothing to lose here exactly. He wanted to resurrect you. That was his intent, yes. Everything about Earth fills me with a sort of sadness. Yeah, there's a real nihilism to a self-perpetuating idea engine. Just being stuck in this purgatory, fueling things unconsciously. It's important to remember one simple fact. Nothing he did was evil. Everything he did for an ideal of good. Just like I taught him. He turns around and gestures towards the stairs. Look how it ended. His bones hitting the pavement so furiously. I thought I knew everything at one point, as if I had somehow unlocked the truth of life itself. It was so simple. Your god turns back to you, his eyes tinged with red. Oop. Goodness alone will bring the world to evil. The words of an arcanist. The words of an arcanist, I believe. But Gorm spoke the truth. About what? He wipes a tear from his cheek. My legacy. Norfolk is under siege. There is a conspiracy of freestriders. The magistrates are bought, the Asgals are undermined. The Golden Horde seeks to occupy the clan lands within a decade or two. The Mender's cabal funnels riches to rebels in our lands. My will, the plan I created to keep peace and transition into a democratic government, was suppressed. It's easy to believe, considering what's going on in the city. Many folk do not think in that way. Many see it as just the coming of a new era. Your god gathers himself. This was all a calculated risk on my part. What do you mean? I knew this would happen, Ron. Or rather, I saw the odds and strings. It was high, he says with a clenched fist. Something like a 4 in 5. The problem? The odds changed while I was dying. That does not happen very often. An esoteric event, most likely. Suddenly, I saw the new probable outcome, this web of conspiracy. The old man shakes his head and looks very, very tired. The magistrates hiding my succession acted as the initial spark. The rest is your history. What kind of esoteric event? I do not know. It might not matter. Perhaps it was a divine intervention, perhaps some remnant spirit or prophecy. Something changed the odds of my choice. Sadly, I am not the one dealing with the consequences. Why didn't you push for democracy earlier? The odds were against me. Forcing democracy at any earlier point had a very low success rate. Most outcomes would simply end up in oligarchy. Three-striderism was growing in the East, and it would have sunk its claws into Norfolk. The counterbalance to organized money is organized people. I was hoping to set you all on that path. The populace was not ready. Despite my effort at decentralizing and pushing for pseudo-democratic guilds, the best chance was for democracy after my death, as was my final will. Until it wasn't. He really is a fucking boomer. Did they actually target the Lord Patriarch? Yes. A Terumian wizard was equipped with an Arcanist spell scroll. Terumian, a term for a non-divine inhabitant of Divinitorum. A very expensive endeavor. Poor Akasam, he did not deserve such a fate. What else do you know? I could not see who or why. The magistrates kept whatever they planned under tight supervision. They all stuff lead into their walls. Their homes are impenetrable from me or any other scryer. Gorm's perspective is, however, most likely correct. They targeted Akasam to maintain their hold on power, to avoid the transference demanded by my will. He had, just prior to the attack, been very adamant about enacting it properly. Would it have worked? Lord Gorm's spell? I do not know. I do not believe he knew either. How do you see the risks so clearly? I did not share that secret often during my days. Lord Gorm was one of few I confided in with my struggle. Struggle? The one placed on all us gods. He says while making air quotes. We can see outcomes in strings. Not always. Not clearly. Sometimes like a play in the mind. Sometimes like an assured vision. But always there are odds. A choice, a chance, a risk. When I worked at my father's shop, I would work on a shoe and see exactly how 9 times out of 10 I would ruin the leather. As I grew better, my skill improving, the odds would change. Soon I'd pick up a boot and see 2 in 5, then 1 in 4, then 1 in 10. Sometimes I'd still fail, but seldom. Over time, that's simply turned into ever greater visions, along with greater power. You can see the future. Potential futures, along with the difficulty involved with reaching them. It is not divine providence, it is just probabilities. That's why you left your homeland. Yes. When I took my people to sea, we had a 50-50 chance of survival. When I saw Ascani, those odds went up. Every step of the way, I made decisions aimed at increasing those odds. For you. Point at your scarf. Meek? Me? Among many. Us? Snell, too, yes. And you, Atir. I can see potential futures as well. It's called critical thinking. It's not hard. Critical thinking. Extrapolation. Of course. Meek? I hear name. It is safe? Who is old man? Hello, Meek. Him included, yes. Old man no Meek? The fabric on your scarf shifts nervously. The Earthfolk. Them. He nods towards Snell. And others. I realized with such power I could protect and serve more and more people. Yet at a certain point, he takes a moment. Where it all went wrong. Where does my tribe begin? Who do I define as the other? I had to choose. My choice was the Earthfolk and the exiled dwarves. A united creed bound by this great city we built. The old man looks to Atir. Her blank expression does not change, yet her eyes no longer spin. They just focus on Earth. I focused on increasing the odds for that creed, to assure the security of Norvik and its ideals, no matter what. No matter what, huh? No matter what. For almost a century, that absolutism has been the source of immense life and pain. Just like Gorm. That comparison pains me, but I cannot deny it. It pains you? Snell takes a step forward. At least you had a choice. The old man keeps his eyes on the goblin and places his hands behind his back. You're responsible for the genocide of my people. Yes. Look at snow. Then look at Earth. Yes? Just yes? Your god says nothing for a few seconds, and then he nods. Every horrible thing you have heard, I did. He looks around the void. He clenches his jaw and clicks his tongue a few times. Then he holds up a finger. I have one question. I've thought about it for a while now. My whole life, really. I need to ask it. I want to hear it. The goblin hesitates, and then starts. Why didn't you just kill us all? The old man furrows his brow. No, really, why leave us in this half-life? Because what? What is this? He says and pulls at his jacket. This! He slams his fist into his chest. We're not human. We're not dwarves. We're not goblins. Take away our language, traditions, our stories. You put us into these holes, expecting us to form into something suitable. But what is that? What do you want? The outburst causes you to shiver. He is screaming at your god. The balls. If you can see every outcome or whatever, why the fuck did you pick this one? Wait for Earth's reply. Earth allows the goblin to end his speech, listening to his panting echo across the eternal waters. Then, without lowering his head or averting his gaze, he says, I was going to. I told myself every goblin on those red hills needed to die for the safety of man, that folk mode was necessary, that without clearing these lands entirely of these hostile natives, there would be nothing but perpetual war. After establishing Norvik, when the trolls were scattered and the coast was ours, if I had left your people alone, I saw a guaranteed future filled with inevitable clashes between humans and goblins. These clashes would lead to more animosity, more hatred, generation after generation, seeking blood vengeance against an entire people. It was one of my clearest visions. Radical fanaticism, goblin armies funded by hordes of elven treasure, years of warfare in Verdun, trenches for miles, trenches! Then more factions joining in over time. It would risk another coast war, simply due to the fact that humans were never meant to live here. We were never meant to take these lands. Yet we did. I did. I made that choice because every other meant the death of my people. In exchange, I doomed yours. Snell stares at him, stone-faced. Okay. So we're fundamentally incompatible, and you took our ancestral homeland. Great. He rubs his eyes and takes a step away. Composure. The goblin wants to do this properly. I think it's proven that we are perfectly capable of living and working together. Yes. And I did see that potential. For one, goblins had a similar warrior culture to us Vikings. They had a collective mindset not too unlike the dwarves, a clan structure similar to halflings. But the path of unity was not in any way realistic. Neither was meeting in the middle. At least if my vision were to be believed. Incompatible. Huh. Look to Earth for answers. There were many extreme differences between human and goblin cultures. Religious practices, views on governance, some of it based on biological realities, some on environmental necessities. My vision did not show a path of reconciliation between them. That was a terrible choice. I could talk about my perspective for 100 years and you would still be correct in your assessment. It was terrible. Snell turns back around, glaring at your god. Why am I alive? Why did you spare those 3 tribes, Earth? Yes, he murmurs. The answer to that is simple. I gambled. Your god looks up at the stars. The Battle of Morgrib, Western Verdun, on the 6th year of the campaign. The leader of the Kriegthan is brought before me in chains. He demands a duel to the death. His name is Kran. To restore his strength for a fair fight, I invite him to eat with me. The goblin speaks Dwarven, Dimenorian, and even some Elvish. Over dinner, he explains exactly to me how they were superior in every way, and that the only reason we won was due to our luck. We had a god. Theirs died long ago. I agreed with him, and then we discussed my options. Kran told me I was wise for killing them all. If I did not, he said, they would eventually reemerge and destroy mankind once I faded like Tokig did. That each of his sons dreamt of spilling human blood. Snell's eyes narrow as Earth speaks. So I asked him, what of his daughters? Did they dream of war and slaughter? Revenge? Kran told me no. And then he laughed at me and wondered aloud what a boring and peaceful life that would be. I spent the night explaining my visions to him. He, in turn, told me stories about Tokig the gambler. For hours we talked, exchanging ideas, and I proved well and enough how I knew it all. As the sun rose, I saw in that conversation something magical. The odds had changed. Not by much. Not so significantly that it changed my belief, but enough for me to make another choice. A gamble. I gambled on a path where humans and goblins could live together in peace. So again, the problem does seem to be men. Yeah. Yeah, it sure does, doesn't it? It seems pretty on the nose. Not wrong. Look to Snell. His eyes are on the ground. We signed a treaty the next day. The forced assimilation of the 3 tribes was carried out. Kran served me well for 12 years, overseeing the migration into Norvik. This was the only plan of action I could see with a success rate above 50-50. Success? Yes. He scowls. A successful genocide, yeah? What's your definition of success here? The same as always. The least amount of death over time, as far as I could see. But not for my people alone. Not this time. For both our people. He lets out a conflicted groan. Well, you shouldn't have come here in the first place, then. Perhaps so. If the Arcanists had not cursed our homeland, we would not have gone west in the first place. There were no other paths in your visions. No, there were many. All of them ending in the near-guaranteed destruction of my people. You ask me what you are, Snell, so let me tell you. He walks forward towards your goblin companion. You are something entirely new. The goblin's expression goes from angry to despondent as he stares at the dead god's approach. You can never be goblin, you can never be human. You're in this mess because of me and my evil actions. The old man throws up his hands into the air, reaching for the stars. So hate me, curse me, then go be a leader for your people. He lowers his arms and gives him a determined frown. They need you, Snell, for the new era and beyond. Make something that hasn't been seen before, something new. Something better. Apprehensive and confused, the goblin turns away. Don't exactly have a choice here. There's always a choice, Earth says while locking eyes with you. Some paths are just riskier than others. The goblin clicks his tongue. He glances at the gods and mutters something new. A divine calling. To have a god tell you to push for leadership. A holy message. Tokig would likely tell you to take the gamble. If you ever meet him, be sure to ask. The old god laughs. The goblin looks on with a complicated expression on his face. I'll think about it. Earth. The son need not dig the trenches of the father. Are you saying we should let go of the past? No, I'm turning to Snell. Turn back to Snell. I don't like any of these options, really. You really? He stops himself from speaking at first, then says, You really fucked up that assimilation. I know. If there is one thing that I will apologize for, it is that. I am sorry. I was always terrible at statecraft. Snell shows the same face he's shown you so many times since you met him in that underground garden. To be ruled by evil or incompetence. Sometimes a mixture of both, I'm afraid. You can always do better. Agreed. Not me, though, since I'm dead. But you? We will see what string you two will walk on. But if it is of any comfort around this incompetent government, I can assure you, Snell. He gives the goblin a meager glance. Lady Sageleaf is the one who truly changed the odds. Snell meets his eyes. I never expected it from someone like her. Alas, there are many things I did not see coming. If anything, your instincts are clearly a dowsing rod of their own. Now, he looks up at the floating angel, behind her a sea of stars. And here, Earth. She grips her sword as if ready to pull it at any moment, her many eyes spinning faster. Her voice cuts off, leaving silence in the void. His greatness overwhelms her. I do not want your service, Etir. I have told you this before. A rejection? No. He wants better of her. An oath will not bind you to the earth. Nothing can. I. Nothing. She lifts her chins, her arms in a salutation. You have done so much for men, for me, but there's something far more. I am lost! The intense telepathic words echo into your minds. You see Earth almost jolt, his head held high to meet the floating porcelain specter before him. I am lost upon this world. No honorable power, no avatar of goodness, no greatness of the choir. These remnants are children playing at running the coast. No different than arcanists, humans, and celestials alike. Even ancients have gone mad or faded. And you showed me there was a better way. You fool! Your god shows nothing but empathy on his expression as she spits the insult into his mind. You absolute buffoon! You kruchi smirtelniku! He smiles. Mona's been yelling for attention and she just refreshed it. This fucking asshole won't sit still. I deserve that, I admit. I did not expect to fade so soon. I should have prepared more. But don't think for a second I haven't seen you. You dive into Earthguard work to fill the void in your heart. A deep sadness falls upon his face. My dear girl. Look to your angel companion and then back to your god. He holds out his hands. You need to get involved in politics. Kurwa. You catch a glimpse of Snell, his expression sharing exactly your own disorientation before watching these two beings bicker. This nihilism, it's not what you need. You are an era-spanning warrior, a lady of Norvik, an angel beyond the grasp of the Horde. I am truly sorry that my pride and ego got the better of me so that I did not accept my mortality until way too late. If I had, I would have told you this before I passed. Make a choice. His voice is carried across the eternal flats. Anything but this limbo, I beg of you. The angel floats closer, her eyes glaring at him. There is no good choice. Endless hesitation is the worst choice of them all, Etir. And you selected it for years. Every morning, every night. She lands upon the ground, her feet hitting the esoteric ground. Sometimes all presented choices are bad. In those cases, you might as well pick the most ambitious road, aim at the highest mountain, and see where it takes you. Her many eyes slow down to a crawl, focusing on the god. Am I wrong, Etir? With Etir now standing, you see the two of them are nearly of equal height. No, Earth. He lets out a sigh. You are in your simple way correct once again. I aim to end my contract with the city and Darrow post-election. Good. Good. He takes a deep breath and taps her on her shoulder plate. I know how stupid it is for a youngling like myself to say it, but I am proud of you, Etir. And I am sorry for my weakness. No, Earth. She gently places a hand on his shoulder as well. Your weakness is what made you special. I am happy to see you one last time. One last time? Etir lifts from the ground once more. She knows all too well how these things go. Earth looks upon you with eyes that remind you of your father. I would like to have a few more words with you, Ron, before you return. He steps forward until you realize your god is near towering above you. Look up. I am afraid we will never speak again, my son. Truth. Yes. This is all forced by his last will and divine might. You spent your last strength on this? Yes. The last. This conversation, Ron, he says, and he places a warm hand upon your shoulder. It was worth everything. Look to Snell and then back to him. Snell looks on, his arms crossed, still conflicted, but with a now determined expression on his face. Look to Etir and nod. Thank you for allowing me to join you, cleric. Her voice echoes in your mind. You have done well. Look at Earth. I'm just a cleric. Yes. Some might even call you the cleric. Yes! He understands you. Finally, someone finally does. And you've certainly been mingling with the primal forces a lot. If you want to be a druid, you certainly have my blessing. Your god chuckles at you. What about barbarian? That could be a cool title, right? Oh, I would say any warrior in this wild band of ours could be called that. Though I'd suggest using your rage sparingly. Anger always stems from some sense of injustice, meaning as a barbarian it is important to keep your mind as sharp as your brawn, in order to understand where true justice lies in the world. Earth looks down. And the flame tongue. Keep it. It served me well for many years. Gorm would have wanted you to have it. Despite everything, he was a good man. A good man. Perhaps. Yet a real man would have never let it come this far. A real man would have faced each trouble with each unspeakable fault within the system, with the strength to stand, even if the world crumbled around him. A real man knows his intent is nothing but an excuse. The world will burn by the intentions of good men. No, he was not. Your god closes his eyes. No, perhaps he was not. Not in the end. He takes his hand off your shoulder and takes a breath. He's about to send you home. Ask. This is your chance. One last time. I'm not sure what to think of all of this. Good. Be conflicted. Be ponderous. Question the world and yourself. The coming era is yours. He looks to Snell, then to Etir. I believe in you all. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. I am not his servant, but I am not willing to reject him outright, I think. He scratches his beard. I will tell you one thing, though. Do you remember your prayer, Ron? The one you always repeated to me at the end of hard days. My prayer? Yes. The one. Oh. The prayer. At the end of a night at the library, after hours working the kiosk, when your body was broken past days of Earth Guard training, in bed at night. He listens. Not from all. It's mostly noise, as you can imagine. Yours, however, it was such a simple prayer. That's what stuck with me. Earth holds up a finger. One thing you have asked of me all throughout your life. It never changed. Not once. Your goblin companion follows this conversation intently, yet he says nothing. Right, that. Feel embarrassed. He smiles. I do not promise things lightly, but I can promise you this, my son. There is a string to follow. One where your prayer is answered. I swear to you, your father is proud of you. For the man you have become. For the man you will be. Hold it in! Earth leans in and says softly, You're not alone. Then takes a step back, his eyes shimmering in a faint glow. He looks down into the water. It is time. The election has begun. What, right now? Right now. A funny timing, isn't it? Wait, now as in now? It's already... Shit, I got so much work to do. Your god holds up a hand. No worries, Snell. I believe Mishka has covered it all. She will be glad to see you back there alive. Trust me. Huh. Oh. Yeah, good. Darrow looks quite mad, however, he says to Etir. Good. I am looking forward to it. Of course you are. How do we get home? Same tunnel you get your spells from. I'll just make it a little wider for you. What will happen to you? Oh, I'll get a good rest. That's most of what I've done here for these 27 years. I'd wager the rest of my strange existence here will be just the same. Your god shrugs. But then again, Who knows? Wish us luck. Fortune follows the meek. That is, the man who carries a sword, but knows when to keep it sheathed. Is safe yet? No? Don! Master, please go home! Stop talking with old bald man! Earth stares at the mouth on your scarf. You really pick up all kinds of friends, don't you? He touches his scalp with a laugh caught in his throat. Old bald man. I am. We are ready. But before I press that button, we're going to take our 3-minute mid-stream ad break. Grab a drink, use the restroom, do what you got to do. And I'll see you all in 3 minutes as we go to the actual election. See you soon. Feed the cats. Feed the cats. Man, I love Meek. Meek's my friend. I want to hang out with Meek. More adventures with Meek, please. I retweeted this. Up. Pizza time from Myth. Let's go. These are from Myth, bud. Yeah. Yeah. Also, welcome in, Myth. How's it going? We just finished our chat with Earth. Yeah. Come on. Come on. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Oh, I'm sure he has forgiven you. Mostly okay. We had a few choice words for him being a kind of a piece of shit when it came to goblins. But, yeah. On the whole, it went all right, all told. Snell basically just called him fucking... I don't recall him actually calling him directly a fascist. We had already before then made fun of him for not wanting to be called a fascist, which was funny. But Snell did berate him basically for why the fuck did you leave just us alive? And holy shit, you fucked everything up. You did so bad, dude. Oh, yeah. No, Snell is absolutely correct. All right, we're back, friends. And we are ready. Your god holds out a hand. From it, a white drop falls. Oh, Mona got to spend the last 2 minutes outside because he had to go take down the clothesline because it snapped? Oh, shit. Interesting. From it, a white drop falls. It hits the esoteric water below. Whoa! Goodbye, Newt. Hold on! One more thing! You need to ask! My lord, before we go! Yes, my son. His voice echoes through the blinding light. What should I vote in the election? You catch him by surprise with such a question. Through the light, you see a smile appear on his face. He laughs. Your god lets out a loud and boisterous laugh among the radiant power of his divinity. Maybe it's best to just leave it blank this time. Leave the beyond. No, we're voting agrarian, obviously. Come on. We're staunch agrarians. I believe in the agrarian party. I see. Oh, good. I'm just lying face down in the square. There is another much funnier option. Can I eat my card? Can I eat my voting card? We'll find out. The city roars around you. Flocking the streets, hundreds seek their designated polling places. And you lie on the central street of Tolstad, having successfully made it to Election Day. And over you. Ah, shit! The first thing you see is Snell getting up from the pavement beside you. He looks pale and queasy. Why didn't you tell me this portaling business would come with nausea? How would I know? I don't know. You're the big esoteric expert, aren't you? You think I teleported to the beyond regularly? I figured you at least read something about it. God, I feel like my insides are twirling. Do not fight. We have had enough of that, for now. She does not understand. This is how men bond. Connect. Looking to your other side, a tear rises from the ground once more. She looks undisturbed by the plane shifting. I should also mention, I am glad you are alive. Both of you. Thanks. A tear. Feels sick on the ground, like a worm with a fever. Yeah, the goblin says, raising a hand. A thank you from me as well. The tear's many eyes look around. It appears we have not been too conspicuous in our arrival. We must have appeared without fanfare. Good. Bit anticlimactic, but convenient. Good way to describe it. She ascends and tells you both. Darrow is waiting. Come speak when the time has come. The angel floats away up the hill. You hate to watch her go. Snell stretches a bit and then takes a glance around the crowds. Old man was right. Election sure has started. So we lost, what, 8+ hours? Something like that? Maybe less? And we were in the void for about an hour, give or take. Right? Don't ask me. I'm not a math guy. I'm an esoteric guy. Keep groaning on the ground. Right, I keep forgetting. He mutters and looks like he's about to throw up as well. I wonder what would happen if we stayed there for longer, like a month. Would we come back years later? Nah, it'd probably just get all wacky and unpredictable and send us back 5 minutes after we leave. Just to fuck with us? Just to fuck with us. The goblin takes in sight of the election day. He breathes the air, his shoulders drop. You live to see another life. A relieved smile on his face. Get up from the ground. Right. Game plan. It's not that late in the day, so there's no rush in voting. They won't close the polls till 9 o'clock. First of all, we need to report this to Lady Sageleaf. Then, I'm assuming you'll need to have a chat with Darrow, too. I can't believe you just stole that key from him and left. Get ready for the magistrate to be pissed. Who's Darrow again? That's the spirit. He's probably around here somewhere. Is everyone here? Everyone? I mean, most of Tolstad. There's like a dozen different polling places set up around the city. This is just one of them. Where's Lady Sageleaf? In the garden, most likely, though if my ears don't deceive me, Neely's playing something on the field. We should go look. You should report to her, first of all, in my humble opinion. Don't want to keep her waiting. Who else should I talk to? That's up to you, cleric. And there's no stress. Once you got the important stuff out of the way, you got all day. It's only 10:20-ish. Oh gods, I need to figure out what I'm voting. The goblin laughs. I heard what you asked him there at the end. Just follow your gut. I'm sure it'll work out. It's just one vote, after all. Not the end of the world. Should I tell people that I met Earth? He shrugs. Honestly, I don't think anyone would believe you. Or at the very least, not take you too seriously. But you do you. Okay, let's go. Yeah, this is the first time I will be meeting Darrow. I have avoided him the entire game. Oh, hey. It's all of our creep friends. Oh, God. Everyone's here, and I'm going to need to remember what voices I was doing for everybody. Because I don't remember. Burr waves his staff around the grass, causing little flowers to sprout. When he notices you, he tips his cap. Snell makes sure to keep a healthy distance from the conversation.
Eric.
You speak normal now, no Burr?
Nays cast tongues on me. Very kind of her. Allows me to interact with people up here.
Hey, Snell! You should come over here. Let's do some exposure training. What's that? Exposure training? Yeah. It's when you spend times around things you're afraid of in order to get used to them. Sounds dumb. What if you're scared, completely rationally scared, of giant badgers? And you're just supposed to go dive into their nest to see how many meters of intestines they're able to rip out before you get rid of your fear? Turn to Burr. Are you planning on ripping out my companion's intestines?
I have no interest in that.
He says he's not interested in that. Yeah, I can hear you. No offense, Mr. Burr, I'm just really not a mushroom kind of guy.
That's okay. I really don't mind. I bet if you want to try that exposure training thing, I bet Nance would love to get close to you.
Despite the distance, you both hear and see the goblin shudder. I'll think about it.
So polite. Anyhow, hello.
Nice to see you up here.
Yes, it has been a very long time. And not nearly as bad as I remembered. Potentially, it's simply because the weather is quite good on this day. But we will see. I probably won't stay too long.
You checking out the election?
I am. It is very interesting. Reminds me a lot of the hive-minded peoples I've interacted with over the years. For the people to sway the course of the colony, it seems like wisdom, though it could backfire depending on the general level of intelligence and individual wisdom of the people. Liberty for all!
I believe in us, as a collective.
Belief is good, I think. He nods. It is interesting to talk about all of this. Lots of people here seem to know about democracy. Thank you for sharing.
Hope to see you around.
You as well, cleric. You appear to be a great person among your people. I wish you and your father was well.
He speaks as if you are a god yourself. That could be a thing. Nod and leave. You see the elf conversing with the giant central tree of Tolstad, her words clearly articulated. Oh, my lord, do not fret. They do not wish you any harm. They are voting. It is called democracy. Taking care of her elders. How lovely. The leaves on the tree rustle and the elf chuckles. Yes, it is quite silly, isn't it? Oh, cleric. I'm just having a chat here with Lord Pooh. Hello, Nassan. Hello, Lord Pooh. The leaves rustle again and the elf translates. He says hello. A branch sways in the wind. In a minute now. We have to be polite first. The cleric's a great hero in the city. What did he say? Nothing, cleric. She chuckles, creepily. I've been meaning to see how it went for you, actually, with your little trip. Glance up at the Pillar of Yore. Yes, that trip. Lord Pooh here saw it all. He sees most things around here, in fact. So he's interested, too, aren't you, Min and Puny? It was hard, but the evil was defeated. Snell listens to your description intently. Interesting. Communion with the primal strings in our little avatar makes it clear the disturbance at the tea shop's been calmed as well. You should feel proud, cleric. That's an accomplishment. Snell did a lot of the lifting. Oh, did he now? I mean, yeah. Maybe we should lead these two lovebirds to their action, your companion mutters behind you. He stands quite a bit away, as per usual. Yes, perhaps we should. Although, first, I should speak with you about a certain topic. Druidism, cleric. What about it? It has no real foothold in Norvik, but we have a monthly meetups in various parks around the city. If you wish to partake in the next one, you have my official invitation. I'm not a druid. You cast primal magic, cleric. That's the only real requisite to call yourself one. Sure. Would be interesting to listen in. Wonderful. I'll be sure they get enough fika for all of us. Fika, a dwarven term for tea and cookies, or something else sweet, usually used to take a break during work to the dismay of employers everywhere. Yes! We usually discuss primal incidents, how to keep our parks and below areas safe from expansion, and so on. I'm sure they'd be interested in hearing about the tea shop. Some people expressed concern over it if it was primal or elemental related. I'll be glad to see you there, cleric. And I hope you two enjoy this election day. You've earned it. She smiles. A good elf. A rare breed. Snell clears his throat and looks awkward. Time to go then, cleric. I've been meaning to ask Snell, but why are you so afraid of mushrooms? Where does it come from? Not scared. It's a rational aversion. Nassan chuckles. A deep chuckle. You can probably dig a bit here. Oh! Just push for it. He'll break. Come on, you can tell me after everything we've been through. The goblin rubs his eyes. Fine, okay. He turns to face Nessun. It's not because of you, first of all, even if I'm sure you'd gladly take the credit. Of course. She smiles creepily, her eyes half glazed over. It's a bit of a cliche, but I fell into a mushroom patch as a kid during the garden expansion. The spores got in my mouth and my eyes. It was awful. Took weeks for the icky feeling to disappear. He shudders. So excuse me if I'm a bit standoffish, okay? That's terrible. It's embarrassing is what it is. Oh, I heard the Halfways had trouble early on in the expansion process. Lots of little incidents like that. But I can promise you, mushrooms are not as bad as they seem. If handled properly and not used to trap little goblin children, they are quite lovely fungi. Sure, I get that. But I'm still gonna stand back if that's okay. Of course, Snell. Just let me know if you change your mind later. I'm always available for a hug. Right. Tell Lord Pooh thank you for the cash. Some good stuff in there. The tree rustles. He understands you, and he tells you, "Oh, you can't say that." She slaps the trunk. "I apologize on his behalf." Shrug. She leans in and whispers to you, "I will calm him down. Sorry about all this." Yeah, though I gotta ask, like, really, what is your relationship with that tree? Fine, I'll admit it. I might be stringing him along a bit. Are you catfishing the tree? Oh. Yes, nothing I'm too proud of. But some trees of the more virile variety tend to enjoy attention. Not the debaucherous kind, mind you, the kind of attention given by the heart. But if a 10-minute conversation a month gives an old tree his jitters, then who am I to deny him? That's cute, I think? Something like that. Perhaps. Yes. She gives you a wide grin. I'll leave you to it. She's catfishing the tree. She's flirting with the tree to get shit. Lady Sage Leaf. You approach the goblin chieftain sitting on the grassy field by herself. She is enjoying the sun. The dragon! She doesn't look so intimidating sitting out here. So you do leave your throne at times. She squints at you before closing her eyes again. Snell? Yes, my lady. Report! How'd it go? The necklace of Fireball was used accidentally in the tea shop. It was meant to go off underneath the temple on election day, right about now, in fact. She leans forward in her seat and glares at her servant. Lord Gorm in the Beyond wished to use those desks to bring back his god from the dead. She stares at him. You know, Earth. I got that part. Yeah, so, Lord Gorm was dealt with, and he is confirmed dead. Real dead, like dematerialized. She glances at you, and then back to Snell. I see. So the threat was neutralized. There should be no ongoing repercussions. The dragon clicks her tongue. I want more details later, but good. Well done. She turns to you with a slight smile. You as well, cleric. The service you've performed here is more than I ever expected. You are honorable. Right. That should be it. Then there was that chat with Earth. Right. Lady Sageleaf then looks away twice before raising her eyebrows to the sky. Excuse me, did you say Earth? You handled that one. Yes. Earth lives in the space between. He's dead, but his spirit acts as a channel for magic. He's just there? Yeah. Or rather, he used his last strength to reach out this time, and we had a good, nice conversation. A good talk. She points a finger towards Snell. I want a full report on this later! Of course, Lady Sageleaf. Then the goblin chieftain grumbles to herself. Esoteric bullshit! Agreed. Oh, yes. She groans. It's good to have you back. I am at the very least glad you did not get stuck out there in the void. And you, Snell, I am very, very happy that you made it out alive. You are my best runner after all. My lady. He bows. He is honorable. Bow your head and leave. Hell yes. All right. Oh, hey, Bondival. Bondival's here. What fucking voice was I doing for Bondival? I don't remember. Free drink sponsored by the Ascani Reeds Trading Company. can I highlight that guy? The kobold stands in a corner, watching over the area with the eyes of a hawk.
Cleric, go! I do not want to talk. Not to you!
That's rude. Why are you so rude?
You are rude. Have you ever looked in mirror?
Oh, yeah, I think I was doing a Skeletor-y thing, yeah. Perfect, thank you.
Rude face on cleric.
You can't see my face. I have a helm on.
No. I know you are ugly under metal. Very ugly.
Shut up. The kobold growls at you. Cute. Do you want your crossbow back? The kobold squints at you.
Cleric is playing game. I do not trust you.
No, really, you can have it back. I'm done with my adventure for now.
Okay.
He slowly lowers his guard and holds out a claw.
Give. Now.
Hand him the light crossbow. He snatches it from your hands the second you hold it out.
Get it back.
Ost hides it behind his back as if you'll be taking it again.
You do not get again. Never.
I'm going. Oh, the rats! The Rat Council is here! Oh, there's so many people to talk to. You spot a familiar skull perched over the crumbling edge of the ancient snail tower overlooking the river. Bondival?
Cleric!
The skull spins to face you, gems twinkling.
Come, sit with me.
He gestures with nothing. What are you doing out here?
Taking in the view, obviously.
Yes, obviously. Sit down next to the skull.
Ah! Sometimes a man needs to stretch his legs, get some fresh air in his lungs. The spot is great, isn't it? The river, the sky.
Yeah, it came back the second I started doing it. It's nice, yeah.
But I've been thinking, cleric.
The skull rattles slightly.
I need a new doom.
A new doom? What's wrong with your old one?
My current alcove is fine. But fine is not spectacular. A necrolord deserves better.
I feel like you might get some attention if you leave the crypt. Is that really what you...
The North Wall! Have you seen the view from up there? Magnificent! I could set up a whole laboratory. Balcony overlooking the city. Maybe a reading nook by the window. The altitude alone would be worth it. The feng shui alone would lead to a much more attuned ley line access.
I live on the North Wall. It's nice.
You do? Good. Then you'll have a new neighbor soon.
I'd love to have you as a neighbor.
Ha! I'm sure I'll make you regret saying that.
How did you get out of the crypt?
What do you mean? I simply walked.
In all honesty, if the average Norwegian saw a skull floating on by casually, then they most likely would not assume that it was an evil undead. They would assume it was a joking illusion or cantrip by some neighboring kid. Feng shui?
Don't get me started. It's one of my many hobbies. And I know what you're thinking. Why would an incredibly honorable lich like myself ever dabble in celestial bullshit? One reason. Balance of the elements. Radiance might hurt quite a bit, but that pain can be the secret to longevity, you know. I would know. I'm immortal.
Are you really a lich? You seem more like a talking skull who reads too many magazine tales.
I would retort with something clever, but I'm enjoying the sun far too much to entertain your inane comment.
Good luck with that.
Luck! Ha! Luck is for mortals who don't plan ahead.
The skull turns back towards the river.
Viskin thinks I'm being ridiculous, of course. But what does he know about interior design?
Not much. His lair is pretty drab.
Exactly! Anyway, good talk, cleric. Always a pleasure. If you need me, I'll be here.
You will not. Everything you have learned from this mad demi-lich has already been extracted. Is it really okay to leave an undead creature just hang out in the sun? A zombie or a ghoul might be affected in serious ways, but a demi-lich is no vampire. They have no hypersensitivity to sun and or regular light. See you around, Bondaval! Ooh. Oh my god. Game, come on. This walkway does not follow the Safety Council standards of 22. This takes gut. Soldier. The Dark Knight greets you with a word, his voice emanating ominously and quite esoterically from his armor. He does not say anything. You cannot get him to speak, but you know all too well. There is something here you are missing. DC 0. Wait, what? By the gods, look at his armor, his axe, the way he speaks. He's a paladin. One wrought in rage and darkness. Resurrected by Viskin. Yes, a shade of an old icon. And you know which. Oh gods, it's... Yes. Borgo Darrow! We knew this already! The one and only. His corpse must have been stolen by the foul Pale Man. You're Borgo Darrow. No response. You're Borgo Darrow, the great hero of Norvik. He says nothing for a while. He has not heard that name in a very long... He heard it last night! This flag is fucked. He has not heard that name in a very long time. Darkness, soldier. Decades of service, all lost to darkness. He shifts his armor, an unnatural creak reaching your ears. The ghost aligns itself to the tune of weak fools, sticks bundled into kindling, waiting for a spark. I serve Viskin. I served Earth. A man needs to serve. Tomorrow I might serve another, or return to the darkness. He leans in, his voice going rough and low. I am a shade, soldier. I exist to serve and vanquish. Thanks for the axe. Caretaker allows your touch only for now. Either the bloodlust will overtake you in time or you will return it. These are your options. I don't understand. That is not my problem, soldier. So do you want to serve Viskin? The necromancer animated me. I am a shade of his making. What do you remember of Earth? He was a man. He brought great things to the lives of men. I served him well. I just noticed that his sprite is standing here with his hands as if he's standing on his axe, but I have his axe, so he doesn't have it. So he's holding his hands like this. You fought during the conquest. You killed trolls. Foul beasts. They were good combatants. What do you think about Earthfolk today? Seems in character. Yeah, no, it fits. They're weak. Their choices will haunt them. I care not to watch. What do you think about your descendants? Magistrate Darrow is your, what, great-grandson? I care not for their trifling. They are a clan of spoiled weaklings, an embarrassment on my old flesh. Oh, gods. You would like your great-great-granddaughter, though. She's an evil warlock assassin. A what? Yeah, she tried to kill me and everything. Killed me multiple times with dark magic and everything. Multiple times. She failed at killing you. Like father, like descendant. I'm not that easy to kill. What an embarrassment. I actually spoke with Earth just a while ago. Talk about Earth. He snaps his head in your direction. Oh, shit! Your stomach stirs. Speak, soldier. I met him in the beyond. He's dead, but his spirit remains. Earth is... Tell me, what does he speak of? He calls himself a hypocrite He calls himself a hypocrite who chose genocide to avoid risk. He asked me if a man should look after his own tribe above all others. A dead man drowning in thoughts. In the darkness. The Dark Knight grinds his gauntlets together. When I learned he faded, I did not mourn, for he led this city into ruin. Earth was a fool. Earth was meek. That is why he failed. Meek? No, sorry, not meek. Heretical language from a shade of a man. Borgo Darrow has fallen into despair, and this is all that is left of him. Leave him in his wallowing. It was his meekness that saved us. Time after time. He's silent for a bit. Ominous? Leave me, soldier. The time will soon come. The reckoning, at last. Listen. Death is on his mind. Blood and death. I'll be keeping caretaker for a bit longer if that's okay. The Dark Knight does not respond to your comment. But you feel the dread aura. It is seeping out of his armor. You approach the crocodile man, a deep growl coming straight from his stomach. The sound causes you to shiver. You know he is hungry. Kraid does not often visit city during day. Not so many good targets. A few, he says and nods. A few. Kraid hungers. Relax, Crocodilus, relax. Kraid is very relaxed, human. The monster shrugs. For now, the hunt is sadly ceased. The election is not Kraid's time to shine. I've been meaning to ask, what's in those slog dogs anyway? How many slogs can I afford? The crocodile man stares at you for a moment. Then he shrugs. Depends. Kraid is master chef. Kraid makes slog dog out of everything. Exciting. Very exciting and fun. He grins. So you're just hanging about? Viskin asked. In case of trouble, he asked Kraid to yes. Hang about. Kraid hopes there is trouble. His mouth drools. Good day, Kraid. You approach the 5 happy rats in a circle. A joyful squeaking fills your ears. Gang warfare. Little ones. They are honorable rats. The spell activates and your ears are filled with the sudden, most horrific sludge. Political bickering. Are you a fool? Squeaks the red rat, his tiny whiskers quivering with righteous fury. The blessed teaching of Earth demand human supremacy. These streets belong to the citizens of the children of Norvik, not some mongrel coalition of... A good little rat.
Oh, spare us the dead god propaganda!
Interrupts the yellow rat, rubbing her paws together.
What this city needs is economic freedom. Join the Free Cities Trade Network and watch prosperity flow like grain through a broken silo. Democracy, commerce, liberty. Liberty?
The green rat practically foams at his whiskers.
Liberty to exploit the working rodent. Your free trade is simply slavery with extra steps. The Workers' Party demands fair wages for every creature, rodent, even the oppressed sewer newts.
The white rat wrings his tiny paws desperately.
Please, can't we all just get along? I mean, we're all rats here. Surely there must be common ground.
Such a pussy.
Don't be a pussy!
The red rat hisses back. The black rat then lets out a voice like grinding millstones.
Let us find no common ground in the ashes of your pathetic ideologies. When the great burning comes, all your politics will matter not. The agricultural collective understood this as they feasted upon the grain before they sold their souls to the green fools' workers' paradise. The agricultural party were crypto-fascists!
Snaps the green rat.
We absorbed a few decent policies and discarded the reactionary crypto-fascists!
Red rat's eyes bulge.
We're the ones preserving traditional values while you preach the disillusion of species hierarchy, Earth's divine plan. No, Jacob, I was talking about the agricultural collective. Oh,
The red rat says.
I just assumed.
Can I ask something?
No!
They all yell in unison, except the white rat who holds up a paw.
I want to suggest a bit of a break.
The white rat practically weeps.
Maybe if we all just took a moment, thought about how our words can hurt other people, maybe we can just learn to love one another and truly be happy.
They all look at one another for a bit, as silence sweeps their debate circle.
Like
The white rat continues.
a compromise? Compromise is weakness!
The red rat shrieks.
Compromise is exploitation!
The green rat shrieks even louder.
Compromise is bad business!
The yellow rat shrieks the loudest of them all.
Is business all you think about? At least I'm honest about profit motives, supply and demand, natural selection of ideas. Natural selection? How quaint! I once believed in the sanctity of grain stores and harvest cycles. Now I see truth all grows rotten in the end. Even your precious democracy, Frankie, will crumble to dust. What if we just find a middle path, a compromise that respects everyone's? The collapse is inevitable.
The black rat whispers ominously. The five rats glare at each other with the intensity of creatures who've been having this exact argument for approximately 17 consecutive hours. The green rat adjusts his tiny worker's cap, which actually is a bottle cork.
Look, the material conditions of sewer hierarchies clearly demonstrate. Outstuff your material conditions up your barrel!
The yellow rat waves a dismissive paw.
The invisible paw of the market will sort everything out. Competition breeds excellence. Competition breeds rivers of blood.
The black rat intones darkly.
I have seen the fields burn, the granaries empty, the hope drained from farmers' eyes like blood from a punctured grain sack. Okay, seriously,
The green rat says.
you need help, Marky. I don't think you ever got over that incident. Yes, perhaps that is true, but therapy did not work, so I will never see the light again.
White rat tries desperately to change the subject.
Has anyone considered the weather lately? Lovely weather for unity. The weather is a manifestation of Earth's displeasure with foreign influence.
Red rat practically vibrates with theological fervor.
These unreasonable rains are clearly punishment for abandoning traditional rat values. Actually,
The yellow rat smirks.
I've gone on the market on umbrella futures. Rain is fantastic for business. While the working rat gets soaked.
The green rat pounds his tiny fist, having forgotten his talk with poor Marky.
Typical capitalist exploitation of the natural disasters. Let them all drown.
The black rat murmurs with satisfaction.
The rain falls equally on the just and unjust. Mostly the unjust if we're fortunate.
The cacophony reaches a crescendo as all 5 rats begin squeaking simultaneously, their tiny voices creating a symphony of democratic dysfunction that would make any Reedsient parliament proud. Eventually, the time on the spell runs out. Their squeaking turns back into actual squeaking. I should go.
Hello, cleric.
Hey, are you voting?
I have already done so, yes. I am an early bird.
Do liches need to sleep?
No, cleric. I was being facetious.
Look at him for a few seconds and then say, "What?"
I said I was being facetious.
That's not what you said.
That's not what he said.
Meek agrees, just in case Master wonder.
I might have mispronounced that, cleric.
It was a little funny, you must admit. Snell holds his sides, laughing loudly. Then he suddenly stops and takes a step back. Please don't kill me. What a cleric. Viskin stands there, not moving a single muscle in his stale, pale face.
I will consider it.
Then he squints his eyes in the sun.
I will schedule a meeting with you, cleric, about your trip to the beyond.
Oh.
That information will be highly valuable.
Thanks for helping out.
You're welcome.
Of course, I'll come by the Lich House later and explain.
Wonderful. I also must thank you for completing this quest of yours.
How do you know I completed the quest?
You escaped from the beyond alive, cleric. That implies one simple thing. You dealt with whoever was on the other side.
He slowly raises his hands before him, forming it into a thumbs up.
Well done, cleric. You have been an exemplary government employee. I will see you soon.
Yeah, see you.
An exemplary government employee.
Thumbs up. Oh my god, there are too many people to talk to. Alright. Oh, that must be Darrow. Yeah, that's Darrow. Magister Nicholas Darrow. He's present. Oh, it's our Snend. Our snail friend. Oh, and our race scientist friend. Oh, God, there's so many people to talk to, but we are running up against the time here. So, here's what I'm going to do. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I think we're actually going to get another day out of this. It looks like we get a couple more minutes that we're going to do here, but looks like we get another 2 minutes of denouement. Or another 2 hours probably. I had no idea how long this full thing was going to be. I am going to go speak with... Oh, who should we talk to last? You know what? Let's go talk to the dude who talks the most. Let's go talk to our psychotic philosopher, Freudman. Unless we get stopped by Darrow on the way there. Oh! Nope, we're getting stopped. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's pronounced Denouillem and... Another sending. You stop. Oh, did I miss Rick Spider and Lisa? Oops. Huh?
Another ominous feeling.
Not another assassin, right? No.
It is a familiar feeling once more. It is...
Hello? Run!
Motherfucker.
Patriarch Xcraft. I am sending you because I saw you appear in my divination orb, also known as a crystal ball.
Your skull rattles hard.
You popped out of existence for a while. I figured you got swallowed by the same esoteric event that caused the tea shop. Well done making it back. Proud of you.
The message cuts off. Now you may reply, if you believe that to be in any way a worthwhile activity. Patriarch, I have a lot to report. It's a bit complicated, but I will get to you as soon as I have voted in the election.
I believe you. Unfortunately, I am rather busy today.
You get another message from him.
But make sure to swing by the towers tomorrow. I'll book you in, Rang.
The sending spell once again cuts out. Yes, Patriarch. Message from the towers. How'd you guess? I must be psychic, like that ant in your pocket. Or did you let it go? I don't recall. Anyway, let's just keep going, I guess. Yeah. Oh, yes, there they are. I did totally just blast past them. Let's chat with Rick, Spider, and Lisa, and then let's... Oh, the cat! Oh, I can't pet him up there. You see Rick standing outside of the tavern, the stone table before her covered in papers. Oh, why if it isn't the cleric? Hello, Rix. She stretches a bit with a sigh. My goodness, such a lovely day, and here I am, busy as can be. You need help with anything? Oh, or maybe you want to share about how your little quest went about, got any plans for after the election, Rick Spider? Oh, nothing I can talk about too concretely. Not yet, anyhow. I've got a few expansions planned. Currently, the third place business is covered in housing in the palace, but north walls are quite ripe at the moment. So I'm thinking about taking on something new there. I've got a few potential locations scouted out. North Wall. I live there. How lovely. Don't tell anyone you heard it from me, but there are plans for a new living complex on the upper dungeon floors. That means there'll be lots of foot traffic. That means lots of thirsty people. Anyhow, it's just all ideas and concept for now. Depends on who wins the election, too. Hopefully, if the Freestriders, that should make my plans easier. What about you, Lisa? Any plans for the future? I only just started to think a bit about it, but... Rick Spider gives her a fiendish grin. Quite the idea. The hag cackles. There is no mega coven in Norvik. That will change with the election. Potion brewing focused on Ascanian resources. That would be big business. There are many hags attempting to form something. Lots of intrigue going on behind the scenes. Now, I believe our dear Lisa here would be an excellent CEO. She's terribly skilled. She's got free strata contacts. Her CV is about twice as long as my life story. I'd have to actually join a coven to do that. Rick Spider blows air and waves her comment off. Just make one! Going the communal socialist route of sharing and caring will only result in infights and power struggles. We totally can get you some funding. The haglets will come dropping in like vultures afterwards. You'll have a mega coven in no time. Always the optimistic. Fake it till you make it. She winks at you. A potential mega coven should be run communally, not commercially. See? The cleric is a traditionalist. Rick Spider smiles. If you can find 16 hags with a unified purpose and ideology able to get along without petty backstabbing, then I say go for it. Hell, if you can find any group of women able to do that, I'd fund their startup in a heartbeat. Not this again. I swear the only thing holding women back are women themselves. If we didn't fight each other so much, we'd already be living in a matriarchy. Anyhow, I'll stop ranting now. Lisa's already heard this so many times. I have. She has. I've had it too. He has. So you're okay leaving your hiding place, Lisa?
Yes, yes. The omen appeared to fade once he left us, cleric. Whatever you did, it removed the stink of blood and guts upon the strings.
Lucky that. I'd hate to have anything bad happen to Novik's most prominent freelance hag. Our misogynistic queen.
So nice of you to say that, Riggs.
I know, I'm a doll. Have you voted? She lets out a dramatic, exasperated breath. Hell's bells, I'd completely forgotten about it. Voting was the last thing I thought about today. But yes, I should go ahead and toss my card. The hag, however, raises her hand and says,
I voted at dawn, when they opened. For the agriculturalists, of course. I like their manifesto.
They're a bit too small business-minded for my preference, but not bad. I'm ahead inside. Point towards the tavern doors. Oh, you can't. We're closed. Don't worry, I have a key. The fiend thinks for a second and then snaps her fingers. Right! OCs! Just don't go losing that key. OCs is allowed to hand them out according to our contract, but I'm the one who has to pay to replace the locks. So don't go dying in a cave somewhere. It'd cost me a fortune. I would never die like that. I'd love to believe you, sweetheart, but at a certain point, you clerics just can't be in charge of your own mortality rate, you know? She sighs. Just forget I said anything. See you around. Okay. There's too much here, and I feel like it would be a disservice to speed through it. So, we've got one more day in the election. The election actually taking place. I think we're going to be going around and chatting with everybody tomorrow. Same time. Same place. Thank you all for coming, as usual. We're running up against the clock, so I'm going to call it here. We will, I think, wrap this up likely tomorrow and begin a new game, Best Served Cold. Murder mystery, noir, speakeasy, drink-making extravaganza. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope y'all had a good time today as well. Thank you all for coming as usual, and I hope you all have a lovely remainder of your Wednesday afternoon. Thank you so much. See you again, hopefully tomorrow. Same time, same place. Goodbye, everybody. Hey, if you stuck around to the end of the video, I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed. If you want to help support me in making more of this, you can follow me on Twitch, where I stream these live. Like, comment, and subscribe. I suspect you all know how this works by now, but it really does help a lot. Thanks.